This last day of the Easter season, it's hard to believe Easter was 50 days ago, but this is the last day of the season. And it's traditionally been called the birthday of the church. I'm not too sure I like that description, but to me, it seems that this is the commencement exercise for the church. We've been listening in the evening news every once in a while. They have some fill-in with famous commencement speakers during the month of May at various colleges. Some of the things they say are clever, some are pious. They're all exhortatory. They're all telling the graduates to get out there and change the world. But that's pretty much what the Feast of Pentecost says to us, because it is the Spirit of Jesus telling us to get out there. Now that I'm invisible among you, become visible among my people, so that in you they will see me. Because this whole business of the Christian message, becoming human of God, God walking among us in visible form, wasn't meant to be an historical event, but a continual presence of God among us. When you become a human being, even if you're God, you take on the liabilities and the weaknesses of human beings. And most of us don't live forever, and neither did Jesus. He was killed, but raised up and returned to the Father, leaving us in his stead. And so this feast to me is a feast of commencement. We're being told by the Spirit of Jesus, who is poured into us, to go out and continue what Jesus had to do in the world, which was reconcile by love the way people live among each other. Now, obviously, we haven't done a tremendous job. Each generation takes on the task of reconciliation, first among ourselves and then with God. One follows automatically on the other, since God has identified himself so completely with us. If we look around the world today, even in the very land where Jesus lived his 30 years or so, we see an animosity, a competitiveness, a cruelty among human beings. And our task as Christians, if we accept the responsibility of the grace of baptism, it is our responsibility to carry on that self-sacrificing love which God exhibited in Jesus. But let's remember what love is. Love is basically a concern for the well-being of others. That's the essence of it. It doesn't mean you have to like them, admire them, but you have to love them. We have to love each other, be concerned for the welfare of each other, even though we're not humanly compatible all the time. That's all God asks of us, because that's all God gave us in Jesus. He gave us one who would love totally. Jesus said, as the Father has loved me, I have loved you. Live in that love. And that's our task. This is really a commencement experience, not a baptism. The baptism that we enjoy took place on Calvary, when we were all born from the open side of Christ. And this is the commencement. This is when we are sent out into the world to love as we have been loved. Let us pray that the Spirit will continue to abide in us and that we will let him to love in us.